Welcome to our What's Working call on this wonderful, gloomy over here Sunday morning. So this is if this is your first time on a call for What's Working, we just do these calls once a month, and I'm going to quickly mute everyone. Okay, so we do these calls once a month, and the point is just to share what's working, and so it's not just me talking. It's literally anybody that has something that's working for you in terms of what's working really well on social media, what is working well to help you get more people signed up, what's working like a follow-up script maybe, what's working in your challenge groups, what sort of posts get the most engagement. So literally anything that you feel like is working for you right now, you are more than welcome and encouraged to share that and write down tons of notes, share of everybody's tips, and then don't get overwhelmed by everything that is being said. I would say just pick one or two things, try it, and then we'll move on because we've got a whole month before we meet again. So I'll start off by sharing something that's what's working for me. And then, like I said, I muted everybody, so feel free to unmute yourself and share what's working for you. What's working for me this month is, this is probably such an annoying tip because it's not like an invite script. It's not anything to actually do, but it's sharing my journey more consistently and vulnerably. So I realized this month that the people don't remember the post that I did about emotional eating 3 days ago. They don't. They don't know. They don't remember the fact that I have a twin sister. They don't remember the fact that I have a cool transformation. They don't remember anything because how fast, like our attention span is so short now. Like even for me, if I'm not gravitated to like even a video for like 10 seconds, if it doesn't pull me in, I'm on to the next. On Instagram, I'll like the picture, keep scrolling. You know what I mean? So people don't remember that. And so this month, what I've been doing is constantly repeating my story, and I might share a different aspect of it, or I might share the same story but just like tweak the words a little bit. And I think that it's really helped because I'm at Success Club 20 right now with 2 people sent to Harry's account, and all the people that have signed up, they're not the people that I invited this month. A lot of the people either I invited in the past, but I was so consistent AF with showing up in my posts, showing up in my stories, and I did stay connected with them so that they were like, okay, sign me up. Like I see Tori, she messaged me, she was like, I'm ready. Who else is on this call? Or, so another thing that's been happening is that they come to me, which never happens, you guys. It very rarely does somebody come to me, but I see Jassy on this call, and she messaged me. Another coach signed up last night, and she messaged me. Granted, the coach that signed up yesterday was Mandy, and I've been talking to her since 2014, and she has been a customer of mine here and there, and whatnot, but she's signed up as a coach. So my tip is just be consistent with sharing your story, be consistent with letting people know that they can join your group, that they can join your team. And then people are all the people in the past that you're talking to will come to you, and hopefully people will start to reach out to you as well. So now you can unmute and share what's working for you. If no one unmutes themselves, I'm going to call on some people.
I've definitely found being more vulnerable. I've gotten more people following me and commenting more. So I think it's definitely helped. It's very hard for me to be vulnerable and be like, this is the real me. This is that, hey, look at my workout. I'm done. Yay, me.
I love it. And I think it works too because people that follow you are following you for a reason. So the second that you start to open up and share your insecurities and share scary parts of your life and mindset and all of that, people are like, oh my gosh, I want to hug Leanne. I'm going to support her and show her some love. You know, like it's not like what's the worst that's going to happen is they're just going to keep scrolling. Best case, they're like, I can so relate to that. So good job. So to get the ball rolling, Last month on this call, Morgan is smiling because she knows I'm going to call on her. Last month, Morgan joined the call and I watched her story afterwards, and she almost didn't join because she had a tip that was working really well for her and she was so scared to share it. Last month, she was at Success Club Zero and doing all the things, being consistent AF with everything. And then this month, she's at, I think, Success Club 20, 18 or 20, and she's probably going to end even stronger. So, Morgan, why don't you share a couple of the tips that are working for you?
Okay. So I was supposed to go live the other day, and I was totally ready for it, and that day did not go as planned at all. So I do have like it all written down. So I guess I should start by saying, like, I work full time. I fit coaching into every tiny little area throughout my day. So like I have an hour lunch break and I do things then. I start following people in the morning before I work out, respond to messages like probably 10 times a day. And so one of my big things is I've never finished a program yet. I've been coaching for a little over a year, almost a year and a half, I guess now. Never finished a program, didn't really have a transformation, just kind of like maintained where I was at, and kind of fluctuated up and down in weight and stuff. So huge things that are working for me this month are that I'm sticking to Transform 20 hard. I'm seeing a transformation. I'm becoming more comfortable. So I'm using Grow Social right now, which follows people for me throughout the day and sends hello messages. But in December and the beginning of January, I wasn't using that yet, and I grew my following from 1,400 to 3,000 before I started using before I started using Grow Social. And I did that just by finding accounts that I related to. Most of mine are like, if it's a celebrity or someone that I see, or like I like reality TV. So like if there's a certain person I see on there that I know are growing followers like every day because they're famous, and there are people that I also like if I like them, those people probably have the same sort of things that they like. And so I will just go to their follower list like 10 times a day and just follow a bunch of people. I don't do the 5-3-1. I know a lot of people do and have success with it, but I just don't. And I just follow a bunch of people. And then I was going back like 2 days later and like using the Cleaner app to unfollow a bunch of people. And so every time someone would follow me, I would send out a hello message saying, hey, I'm Morgan, I'm in Maine, these are the things I like. And then that would start conversations. And that was the first time that I really started doing that. And people were like responding like, oh, you're real, like, oh, hi. And that started just tons of conversations. And so usually my invites after that, I usually like wait a day or so. And then sometimes I just say, hey, I have no idea if you're interested, but I'm doing a virtual accountability group, whatever. Sometimes like on my posts and my stories, I like to use the invite that includes, are you interested in my workouts, meal plans, or coaching opportunity? Because a lot of people will say no to the fitness accountability group, but I'll send I'll send that message and I get a lot of people going, oh, what's this coaching thing? Like they had no idea. So I like to make sure I use all three of those things because it gets like a range of what everybody, let's see. Oh, and it also, when I send that one, and that gives me a vibe of whether they're interested at all in coaching. So sometimes they'll respond with, oh yeah, the meal plans or the workouts, but no thank you to the coaching thing. And so then I kind of already have a feel of where they're at and can work from there. One of the huge things I've been super consistent on is my stories every single day. I don't think I've missed a day since December 20th. And I don't like to have a lapse where I don't have any workout videos. Like I always have, because if I'm sending messages to these people, and let's say they just added me that day and they can look at my post, but if they go to my stories, they're seeing, oh, she's active every day. Like she's doing things like right now. I feel like that's all my notes. I don't know if I have anything else.
I just want to say congrats to you, because that has been a huge change, just for going from Success Club 0 consistently, or like 2 or 4, to now this huge jump. So that's super awesome. And it just goes to show that consistency is key. So, and even your next several months are going to be just as successful because of all these people that you're connecting with and reaching out to now. So congrats.
There are so many conversations that I'm having right now that are like, I'm just going to stalk your page for a bit. Or like, they're there and they're like, maybe not right now, but all of those conversations eventually are turning into people coming. Because in January, I was so discouraged. I'm like, I'm talking to so many people, more people than I've ever talked to, and real awesome conversations. And I'm consistent. Like, why am I at 0? And then finally it was like, boom. And I think I signed all of my people within the last 10 days. Like, it's crazy.
So everybody else on the call, what questions do you have for Morgan from that? Because I can already think of a few, but like, did any light bulbs go off? Or are you like, wait, but how did you do this? Or are you like, hey, done, gonna go do that and hit Success Club 20?
I have a question. So what was that thing that you use that cleans out your followers and sends the message for you? Because that sounds bomb.
So I use the Cleaner app. I have an Android, so a lot of my apps aren't the same as all of you with iPhones. But the Cleaner app, you can look at all your following and then choose the people that aren't following you back, and then unfollow. I think I can unfollow like almost 200 people at a time.
Okay.
And then Grow Social is it's a website. There may be an app, but I just have the website as like anyway. And that's the one where you can set up what types of people you want them to follow. I've used other platforms, and they're like real people, like real assistants that are like, you tell them what you want, but they don't really do it. And then you get a lot of creepy guys, and I just didn't have good luck with that. But this is almost like a computer automated sort of, you tell them you want females, you can tell them how many posts of that person you want, pages that at least have posted 5 times or don't have more than 10,000 followers or something like that. And
what's the name of that one again?
Grow Social.
Okay.
And you can set up direct messages. You can write your message and it will send to every single follower that you get, which I've only noticed one bad thing is that I like to check my messages all the time, because if I get creepy, weird people that start following me that they haven't followed, but they start following me, they'll send a message to all of my followers. So that creepy person gets that message that says, hey, I'm Morgan, love to see your posts. And then I have to delete or block them, but that's a minor problem.
Okay, that was it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the question that I was thinking of is, you're saying you're doing all these things in January and it just wasn't paying off. And I think a lot of people that I work with now are like, they feel like they're in the trenches doing all of the things and nothing is happening. Did you do anything like follow-ups, or was it truly just increasing your numbers of anything, of all of it?
I followed up a lot. So I had like 3 messages. So usually if I sent it to someone and I knew that they saw it, I would send another one like a week later that was, or if like I sent them all the information after they were interested and they didn't respond to it, I would send a message that says, hey, I know things get lost in your inbox. Just wanted to see if you were actually interested in this. And there was a follow-up there. I usually follow up like twice so far of people that didn't really, because there are so many people that read it. Because if they're seeing it, keep sending it, because they'll eventually say something. I have one hard thing to kind of get over was the fact that I'm sending a lot of messages or having conversations, and then they stop and I go to look and it says they haven't seen any messages. So that's the only and I feel like I still continue to send a message, just maybe in a little longer span, or I go to their profile and like comment on something, because sometimes maybe they are seeing it and just mark it as unread, or maybe they just really aren't looking there at their message. I don't know.
Also, I missed the beginning of this because I was getting Sam coffee. However, so I don't know if you mentioned this or not, but one thing that you told me was that you're not really wasting your time on people who don't get back to you.
So like your first post, your first message, you don't necessarily end with a question. And if they don't reach out to you, you're not really following up with them. And I think that's a really great tactic if you're doing what you're doing and you just have so many people you're sending that to.
Right.
So you're not just wasting your time hoping that they're going to like you and respond to you.
And a lot of times I'm finding now that I'm a little like a month into this, is that those people that don't respond to my hello message, at first I was like, well, for you, if you're not even going to say hello back and I don't even want anything, like, I don't want to waste my time. But then those people, if you find that they're liking your posts, I start sending messages, then they're on my radar. But I find that I find those people after I've already focused on the people that were interested in talking to me.
Cool. Any other questions for Morgan, or do you guys have something different that's working for you?
I actually have a question. Morgan, how did you said you're ending your like invite with exercise, nutrition, coaching opportunity, ? You know, like how are you wording that?
Let me see. And so I use all like quick replies, and so it makes it way easier to, like if someone's interested, I just have 3 like blurbs that I just boom, boom, boom send at them, and then I don't waste my time. But on the ones that like random, like on my posts, I say, thanks for the love on my post. I appreciate your support. Just wanted to check with you. In case you were at all interested in learning about my workouts, meal plans, or coaching team. I'm always looking for more accountability buddies. Is any of that up your alley? Feel free to say no. But I'd kick myself if I didn't at least ask you. And I can post that somewhere if you want.
Yeah, can you send it in the like comments or whatever of the Zoom call?
Yeah.
I think I'll start using that because that sounds like something that would work a little bit better for what I've been doing.
Cool. Well, Ashley Disney is on this call, and she is in month 2 of Success Starter. So what that is if you are a new coach, you have your first or second month counts as your first month. And if you hit Success Club 5, meaning just 3 people, your first, second, and third month, then you earn a free ticket to Summit. So for those of you that are new on this call and for people watching the recording that are new, Ashley, do you have any tips on how you've been able to help 3 people the first and second month? And like, who were those people? What sorts of people did you reach out to when you were new?
I feel like I'm still just all over the place, and it's really just been more my warm market people. So like my mom and my sister-in-law and my aunt and stuff. And my aunt was really resistant at first when I talked to her. So even following up with like the people that are the people that you think are going to be on your side no matter what, but even following up with them kind of helps because it took her like 3 weeks. So she was my lock-in for Success Club this month. So but that's it so far.
I love that. And I think too, your warm market is usually where you get started. Like family, friends of friends. For me, I was in a weird headspace where I didn't want my family or best friends to be like, oh, she's successful because I signed up. And so stupid. Like those are the people who will sign up because they know you, love you, and trust you and want to support you. But for me, I focused on a lot of like old coworkers or current coworkers or people I went to camp with, people I played high school with. So after your immediate family, start thinking of like some of those people too, because those people, again, they already know you. They already trust you because you have some sort of experience with them. So they're quicker to sign up while you start growing your Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is with all the tips that Morgan shared too. Cool. Thanks, Ash. Sorry for putting you on the spot. Anyone else? Do you have any questions? What's working? Comments? Anything you want to share? Oh, so there's the chat. Oh, Morgan just shared her invite. I'm going to copy that and I will paste it with the recording of this as well. Thanks, Morgan. Girl, what's working for you? Did you share?
No, I didn't share. What is working for me this month? I think it's, if you guys were on last month's call, it's kind of the same thing. I'm trying to share more of what my life is currently like. So much of what I used to waste so much time thinking, okay, where did I come from and what's my story? And while it is important to have a story and share your story, it used to take so much time for me to think about what that was and what was my story based on my nutrition, based on my workouts, motivation. So lately, I've just been sharing more of what my day-to-day life is now, specifically like if something goes wrong, because that's what people can relate to. So like, I think last month what it was, I had the worst time with an ice storm that we had. So I posted about how much my landlord sucked and it was all up to me and how like frustrated I was, and it got so much engagement because other people feel that too. Or I'm trying to think of one that I did recently. I posted one of me on my step and just like saying how it was a really rough workout. And again, so many people, a lot of people were like jumping in and saying, oh, but you're doing great. And other people were saying, thank you so much for sharing this, because most of the time we just share our highlight reel. So I'm trying to just share more of my what's going on now, and it doesn't take me as long to think of posts, and it's more relatable to people for me.
I like that. Morgan, there's a question for you. You work full time. Really need tips on how you stay organized, and do you do certain things on certain days?
I am not that organized. I don't separate things to different days. I just do everything every day. And it's probably going to sound crazy, but I feel like I didn't used to work this hard at this. And I feel like this is where my success is coming from. And I hear a lot of like the top coaches saying, you know, it took them a while to just like seriously plug in and do it and ignore their life for a while in order to like, I don't know. So that's what's been working. And I just do it all the time over and over. Like I'm constantly checking my messages and responding to people when they're there, because if I don't, like if I pick a certain day to, like one of the people I signed up recently said, I reached out to another coach and they haven't answered me yet. So I'm ready to do this, sign me up. And it's like, I feel like that was a huge advantage for me, because maybe she wouldn't have picked me, but I'm there and I responded to my messages every day. And so she signed. But I started using Google Streak to kind of track things. That's still a work in progress. I've used on Instagram, I've just been flagging my conversations and literally looking through all the flagged conversations probably every other day and sending, you know, to those people that it's been a few days, I'll send a follow-up, or a few weeks have gone by when they said it wasn't the right time, I'll send like hey, is this a better time for you? So I don't know if that answered the question, but.
Ashley. So
I have something to add to that. So, I'm sorry. Did I overspeak you, Gretchen?
No.
I have a horrible time with time management as well. And what I've noticed has been working with me specifically this month is I am scheduling what time I'm sitting down to work, which is huge, instead of trying to like sneak it in. Because I just wasn't as accomplishing as much when I was just trying to sneak it in. So I'll block myself out a minimum of an hour, and for 15 minutes, I'll set a timer, and I'll do each activity for 15 minutes. And I just do as much as I can in 15 minutes. And then I've been using Streak for a long time, but something that I've been doing more often is I have been using the follow reminder option on Streak, I guess you would call that. But within Streak, within the person's personal, I saw her dog too, super cute. Distracted me. Within like the person's profile on Streak, you can set a reminder of when you're going to follow up with them again. Then Streak sends you, let's say you're going to follow up with them in 2 days. Streak then sends you an email saying, yo, you got to follow up with this person that day. So when I'm sitting down to do my follow-ups, I'm going right into my email account that's telling me all the people I need to sign up for that day. And then within Streak, it's telling me where I am with those people. So then I am easily like copy pasting scripts or sending quick replies and things like that in order to maximize my time and the amount of people that I'm interacting and talking with. Something else I've also noticed that has been really helpful for myself this month as well is going to follow people and expand my network. Oh my gosh, clearly I haven't talked yet this morning because I can't talk over my own tongue. When I go to follow people, 15 minutes, I go into my Instagram, I go into the magnifying glass in the bottom to go to the explore page, and I go to places, and I will pick random places. So let's say like New York City, and I'll go to New York City, and instead of looking at the pictures, which some of them may catch my eye, I will go to their stories that's marked in under New York City, and I'll go in there and I will find typically chicks and click on their name, click on their page, make sure they're not a coach, make sure they're in the US, Canada, or UK, and then follow them. And then I'm going through that real quick, and then I'll go to the next, city, San Francisco, and do the same thing. Bigger cities you have to be careful on because you can get tourists. But I've been doing that like in small towns in the UK and small towns in the States as well, and in Canada. I'll just pull up a map on Google and like zoom in close and pick small areas and then expand from there. And last night I was bowling last night, so I searched places and locations under Lucky Strike bowling alleys. Those are all across the country and I believe Canada. So I just went on there, and every single one, Lucky Strike Cleveland, and I clicked on the stories, and I followed people that were in those stories. Because people that are being posted in those hashtags and locations or whatever stories are people that are active on social media, and they're going to pay attention to the fact that you're now following them, and they're going to come back to check you out and then follow you. I've gained a bunch of followers doing it that way, and it's really efficient as well. Like I said, I'm able to bust out like 50+ people in 15 minutes to expand my network to get more people to check me out. So anyways, I just want to.
Oh, you're muted. I think Gretchen's about to do that right now. She's like, that's so smart. She's doing it.
I'm also going bowling today, but at King's Bowling, so I won't use Lucky Strike.
Another question for everyone on social media. Do you plan out what you're going to share on your newsfeed or something different every day? I'll let everybody else chime in for that because I coach full time, and so I don't. I just am like, today was the last day of my program, I'll do a post about that. I will say though that I, for some reason, was in a really creative mood on Friday, and so I only really post 1 to 2 times a day. And so I wrote out 4 posts that would have been amazing because when I'm here visiting Grat, I've just copied and pasted. So if I have a day where I'm super creative, I'll just save them in my notes app and copy and paste. But I don't have like a plan of like Monday motivation, Tasty Tuesday. So I'm also curious to hear what everybody else does for posting.
So what I do is I do try to plan, and it doesn't always work out that way, but I do try to plan my posts. Recently, as in the last 3 weeks, I have been using Sundays as my day to try to plan at least 5 posts or so. And it is a huge game changer. Before I was doing that, I was maybe only posting once every 2 or 3 days because I couldn't think on the spot. And I was like, oh crap, I haven't posted in a bit. But when I take photos, if I like my outfit, if I like my hair, my makeup, I always take multiple photos in different angles, different parts of my house or outside, just to use for later. And then for, posts, I try to at least have some type of topic or think, what did I do this week that I could share and relate to? And I'll plan them. And then when it comes time to posting, just copy and paste, especially because I'm at work. So I'll post on my lunch break, but it only takes 3 minutes instead of coming up with a post. So that's what I do.
I don't really plan any posts, but I've been trying to be more mindful lately of posting things that aren't just fitness and nutrition related so that people can see that I have other interests and I'm a generally more well-rounded person. So it's not just like completely focused on one aspect of my life.
That's good. I like that, Brandy.
And that also goes back to like what Coley was saying, especially if Coley has a picture of her bowling. All those people, even if they don't check out Coley's stories, they're going to see her. One of her most recent posts is at a bowling alley. So like they're going to relate to her instantly on that.
Oh, that was a tip.
I have also been sort of focusing on not posting entirely health and fitness related posts. So like back to back. And trying to incorporate other things. And to do that, I've been taking quotes from my personal development or quotes from certain other things and just doing really short and simple posts. Like there's no storytelling. There's just not a long post. It's like maybe 2 or 3 lines and just a picture. I've been trying to use pictures of my dog. I can't do pictures at work, although obviously my work is like a huge part of my life, but because I work with high schoolers, I can't necessarily do that stuff. But I might take a picture of like my shoes and the sideline of the basketball court and say like something about my job, like those kind of things, because I was for a long time only doing health and fitness posts, and it was just over and over and over and over and over again. And I think it got kind of overwhelming for people, like in thinking that like I wasn't a real person, when obviously I am a real person. So I'm trying to split them up and like spread them out a little bit and but also make my posts easier and shorter for myself to post, but also like, I'm going to be honest, if it's a post that's really long, and even if it's somebody that I follow and really enjoy, like there's a good chance I'm not reading the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I try not to do super long ones because I probably won't read it if it was me scrolling. So I've been trying to get better about that because that's been working a lot for me. I've been getting a lot more interactions on my posts doing that.
Tori has a good question. Do you guys use the same hashtag for every post? She made her Insta public. Yay! So hashtags were useless before. For me, I have a set of like 7 that I copy and paste. It's in my notes app, but you can also use text replacement if you know how to do that. But I just have it in my notes. I copy and paste, but then based on what the post is about, I add more. So I might have like 10 to 15 per post. The top 5 or 7 or whatever are all the same. And then if it's like a coffee post, I'll also add in hashtag coffee addict, hashtag cinnamon coffee, that sort of thing.
Lately I'll do hashtags that aren't necessarily related to the post at all, but are things. So like I did a selfie yesterday, it was close up, and the whole thing was about coaching and this, the sneak peek that we had today and how I talk about coaching when I'm drunk. However, I did hashtag blonde balayage, hashtag short hairstyles, because that's how I found one girl that I actually like want to be her friend. I was just searching before I got my hair cut for a blonde balayage, and I wanted to see what people's look like. So I'll do hashtags that are in the post but have nothing to do with it, in case people are just searching for hashtag cute t-shirt, hashtag graphic tee, whatever, things like that.
I think it's important too to look at your Instagram and see which posts get you the most likes, because it probably has to do with like time and the algorithm too, but a lot of people I'm noticing like certain things, and they like more of my selfies, like of my face. And I don't really know why, but so now I like try to make sure that I'm incorporating that into and saying what I want to say, in those posts that I know people are gonna have more engagement on to begin with.
Before I post, I try to like prime Instagram. So before I put a post, I will go through my newsfeed and just like a shitload of people, or I'll go in and do like a bunch of connections, because then Instagram's gonna show my stuff, or it's gonna pop up on my new people I'm following pages and people who follow me. So like more eyes are seeing what I'm doing.
Another tip I just thought of for posting is, because sometimes it's hard to add value. We're always trying to add value in one way, shape, or form. And it's hard to add value when you're so used to your daily life. And this hit me recently. Yesterday, I had a presentation at work. So I'm a PT, but I'm also a multiple sclerosis specialist. So I treat people with MS all day, every day. It's not unique to me. But I had to give a presentation yesterday to all of my colleagues who have never treated MS before. And I had no idea what to tell them because it seems so natural. Why would you not know to do the timed up and go test? Why would you not know to do that? But they had no idea. So think about things that you have going well in your life. Like, are you working out consistently? If so, how? Even if it's something as simple as, well, I have a goal of getting fit, or I have a goal of getting abs by summer, or if you are eating healthy, do you make a grocery list? Do you plan? Do you not meal plan? So just think about the things that are working and just share why is it working for you. I don't know if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I wake up early and it's a struggle every single day. But I was talking to one of my clients and she was like, I just cannot wake up early. And I was like, okay, I'll share 3 things that actually help me wake up early. I'm like falling asleep as I walk through my house, but I'm able to get up. So like I share that. And I really like Coley's tip too, because hashtags now are good to add to your post because it is bringing in more people, but it's not that many people. So like if you're able to comment on people's stuff before, they're going to be like, ooh, Tori just like 3 of my posts in comment. I'm going to go check her out. And then they're going to see your brand new post and they're going to engage on that.
I've heard using hashtags in comments are another thing to get your posts seen more on Instagram. I don't know if that's true or not, but I read that recently for the algorithm.
Everyone's trying to beat the algorithm. Like it changes every month, I feel like. So that's why it's like, just be consistent, show up on your journey. Yeah, like now it's all about commenting and engaging. It used to purely be hashtags. Like if you just did 30 hashtags on your post, you'd get a ton of likes immediately, so it's always changing, but just being authentic and consistent with it, they'll start to grow.
If you guys wanted to use hashtags, I started using Lee Tags. It's an app you can download. I think it's available both on Android and Apple, but I started using that, and just my last couple of posts got so many more likes, and I started getting more followers and stuff, and it's really easy. You just go and type up like something related to your image, and then it makes a bunch of tags for you. Just copy and paste them into your comments, and then it pretty much does it all for you.
Cool. What is that called again?
Lee Tags, LEETAGS. Oh. And it's like a yellow hashtag cover thing. I'm trying to see.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we are actually 10 minutes over. I really try and keep these to just 30 minutes because I know Sunday mornings are kind of busy for you. So, Jazzy says he's for display purposes only, just a website, but I saved it to my iPhone. What does that do, Jazzy? Hashtags?
Yeah, so that I just saved it like to my iPhone just as a quick click, and you can punch in just a couple things you're interested in, like Maine, fitness, things like that, and it will come up with like the top 30 or the top 15, and it's a quick thing. Copy it, paste it in, move on with your day. So it's been a game changer for me.
Nice. Probably even easier than what I do. Cool. All right, you guys. So thank you so much for hopping on. Will have a recording of this and I'll share it with you. So if you want to go back, like I opened up this call with, so many tips were shared. So pick a couple, do it consistently, see if it works. If it does, awesome. Pick a couple more, start to implement it. If not, not everything works the same way for every single person. So switch it up, try 2 more and keep going. Consistency is so key though with all of the basic activities. So thanks again for hopping on. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday and have a great day.
Thank you. Can we do a boomerang real quick?
Yeah. Stay on. Okay. Okay. Oh.
Okay, ready? Set. Go. Wait, I forgot to press the button.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, ready, set, go. Okay, I got it.
Can you send it to me and then I'll send it to you guys so you can post it too?
Yeah, I will.
All right. Bye, you guys. Thanks again.
Thank you.